Hello again everybody, it's Mel from Stocksbridge Guitar Tech. I'm here with another lesson for you today, and today I'd like to discuss what a lot of guitarists find really difficult, which is learning the notes on the fretboard. A lot of guitarists ask, how can I learn all of the notes on the entire fretboard? And I struggled with this when I was first learning guitar. I struggled for a long time with it. I tried all sorts of harebrained schemes, using mnemonics and things like that, which, to be quite honest, just didn't work for me. I don't like mnemonics. I think you're just filling your head up with unnecessary stuff. Some people teach a mnemonic to learn the open strings. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears, or something like that. But I just think you've only got to learn 5 notes, which is E, A, D, G and B. And then the high E string is obviously the same as the low E string. So I sort of stumbled across this method by accident. I've never read it in a book. I've never seen anyone teach it on a DVD. But I'm not claiming like sole right to this, because I'm quite sure that other people must have done this as well. But what I did was just take a very simple approach. I thought, well, if I can learn the note names of the open strings, E, A, D, G, B and E, then why don't I just do that 1 fret at a time? And so that's what I did. I started with the 1st fret and I learned these notes on the 1st fret: F, A sharp, D sharp, G sharp, C and F. And I learned them until I could recite them just like I could the open strings. So I could say F, A sharp, D sharp, G sharp, C and F. And then what I did was I learned the sharps as flats. So I said F, B flat, E flat, A flat, C and F. And when I was happy that I knew these notes, and I could go, that's an E flat, or that's a C, that's an F, that's an A flat, or a G sharp. When I was happy I could do that, which didn't take long, then I went on and I learned the 2nd fret. So F sharp, B, E, A, C sharp, F sharp. And then again, once I'd learned that, I turned the sharps into flats. So I said G flat, B, E, A, D flat and G flat. And I learned those notes, because if you do it this way, you're only having to learn 5 notes each time. So you learn 5 notes on the 1st fret. Then when you're happy with that, you learn 5 notes on the 2nd fret. You're happy with that, you learn 5 notes on the 3rd fret, and so on. And you only need to go up to the 11th fret here, because once we get to the 12th fret, we're just repeating. So the 12th fret is just the same as the open strings, and therefore the 13th fret is the same as the 1st fret, 14th same as the 2nd, 15th same as the 3rd, and so on. So if I know that that's a C there at the 3rd fret on the 5th string, I know that that's a C there on the 5th string at the 15th fret. And if I know this is an F, I know that's an F. If I know this is a B flat, I know this is a B flat, and so on. So you only need to learn from fret 1 to fret 11. And if you just learn one of these frets, let's say it takes you a couple of days until you've got all the notes in your head for this first fret, and then a couple of days for the second fret. You're talking 3 or 4 weeks and you will know the entire fretboard. You'll know where the notes are on the fretboard. So you will know that, for example, there's a G flat or an F sharp, if you want to call it F sharp. You'll know there's an E. You will know that there's a C sharp, and you'll be able to repeat that pattern up here after the 12th fret as well. So you'll know that's a B, that's an E, that's a C sharp. You will just get to know, once you've learned each individual fret up to the 11th fret, once you know those notes, so you know that's an F sharp, and you know that's a D flat, and you know that's a B, you've cracked it. And I found this the absolute easiest way to learn after trying all of these mnemonics like Battle Ends and Down Goes Charles's Father and all this, and using the sort of F, G, A on the fret markers here, F, G, A, B. This stuff didn't work for me, but this did. Just learning one fret at a time over a couple of days, and within 3 or 4 weeks I knew the entire fretboard. I knew where the notes were on the entire fretboard in standard tuning, obviously we're talking. So I suggest you give this a try. It worked for me, it will probably work for many more people. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, and you may find that one of the other methods, like using mnemonics, works better for you. But this is just another tool to help you. And do remember to use the fret markers, because on a standard guitar you will always get a fret marker at frets 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, and then 15, 17, 19 and 21. And obviously if there are more than 22 frets, you'll get other markers after that. But you'll always get them at 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19 and 21. So use those markers, learn what notes are at these markers, and it will help you. And also learn the octaves. So this is a G and here's a G, 2 frets up and 2 frets down. So learn that. Learn those octaves, and then learn where the octave is on the second string from there, which is 3 frets up, 2 frets down, 2 strings down and 3 frets up. Because knowing these octaves will allow you to locate that note 1 or 2 octaves higher very quickly. There's an octave, there's 2 octaves. So go away, practice that and see how you get on. I'd love to hear how anyone gets on with this. If you drop me a comment, let me know if this worked for you. But just learn 1 fret at a time. You should now, by now, if you've been following the courses anyway, the lessons, you should know pretty much all of the note names on the low E and the A string, and therefore you will also know the notes on the high E string, because it's just the same as the low E. So you've only got 3 more strings to learn really, the D, G and B strings. But practice, like I said, just learn each fret 1 at a time until you know all of the notes in that fret, and you can say F, C, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, F, or F, B flat, E flat, A flat, C, F. Once you're happy with that, then move on to fret 2 and do the same. Then fret 3, 4, 5, all the way up to fret 11. Alright everyone, so just a quick lesson for you there today. I do know a lot of guitar players struggle with this, learning the fretboard, so give that method a try and just see if it works for you. That's all for today, and as ever, please do subscribe if you find these videos helpful in any way, and do remember to click that little bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.